revealing everything. Okay, so when India comes over, there's Vanessa. I'm gonna be flat out to this video. My strategy against the streets literally it's hella weak. That means I remain in the build, I remain, in the calm, stalky build in order to distract the gang so the gang doesn't stop me from doing the essential thing, which is holding down the society. Now I know it's kinda corny. I know Lily in the past, Lily I fooled the gang. Lily when they were stalking to the droid, when I was watching, an anime that had, nudity, I'm like, yo, if I wanted to watch some porn, I'd watch some porn, Lily. And no, I know, even though I've done that, all right, the end result was I ended up in, a fantasy world of cringe, all right. And so what actually happens, all right, is what Hella Week is. Hella Week literally is actually essential. My Afghan neighbor knows Hella Week. Everybody knows Hella Week is a higher form of boxing. What that is I'm allowing you to think you have the angle literally by I'm saving something literally, and I'm putting it flat out there. Literally, when it comes to Hella Week, it pisses me off because literally, no matter how much I'm voting to people, I play out society with no emphasis. Literally, and that was a part of the fight, by the way. So if anyone wants to ruin your cringe, all right, literally the full fight, with Uncle Tommy, is Conan versus Toby from Naruto. But we all know I use the feeler. I call out what Toby did in the end. Okay, so with that being said, what Hell Week is. That's why I can watch all those movies. That's why all the business can come over because I'm holding on to society, which is the toughest part. Okay, literally. So what that means is that that's why I have so much money. And I do that because a gangster was a buffoon. He was a blabbering idiot. Literally, with a gun, everything. Literally, not knowing that he doesn't get the girl, not knowing that he doesn't get real things. Literally, that's why I compared him. When you push it, to a little girl because he likes flashy things, but let's be real. I always compare him to her dad. Everybody knows that on TV. All right, literally. So the truth of it, all right, is that because they have the perfect style, they're not open to everything. You see how I told you, Lily, how 1/5 music does the effect, Lily. How their actual rhymes, Lily, and how their music, Lily, is bumpy up and down like a robot that's making fun of everything. Yeah, and that's true. And that's completely true. And so, what else is big for this year is 31. How it actually works, okay? Lily, what I was gonna say, Lily, in society, is that it really went hand in hand with research, all right? Lily, 31, you're saved by the research, Lily. But I still put them down there, or to get the R. But let's be thankful that you even have your family right now, all right, Lily? So right now, I don't know if the money in the studio is fake, but the truth of it, okay, is that what you don't understand about the situation, okay, Lily, is that um right now, Lily, at World Greens, we just had Lily my angle, with my mom through calculation, but where it comes to streets, this and that. So what I'm trying to tell you is, I know the whole situation for the 100th time. All right, Lily, I got over it. All right, you want to know why? Because I hate this shit. I hate how they structure this shit. It's way more I want to see for this video, and the practice of it, all right, comes from being clean and reverent. I want to learn from my mistakes. I want to clean up. So when bitches like Amy and Lottie come over, it means a whole lot, of shit. All right, and there's a mom thing right now. There's the presence, Lily, and so things don't expand. The same situation every day. The same situation, Lily. Well, I know, her continuity in and out. So, fine, I'll give it to you. They were watching, because we played out the other, the first Karate Kid. Downstairs, they're playing the one with Gene Smith, Lily, and so Lily. So how I literally called that out, Lily. I was saying that shit earlier, Ching Ching Chong, Lily. Okay, so you called out what is Ching Ching Chong, I have the advantage, Lily. So what if you were complaining? So what if you actually called them out side by side? Guess what happens if you're gonna play Karate Kid 2? And you did the research that, they were using helicopters because they're all yelling at their family too. It's really horrendous, okay? Because if you don't understand about the situation, okay, is that nothing beat Nokia. Every single thing literally had to, had to do with me loving Nokia. 21 to 22, literally. And now I was talking shit about, well, it's not like I don't have enough money to take my kids to Disneyland. We're already past Disneyland already. Literally, this is the truest shit I can ever tell you. Because what YouTube, does, what YouTube was over time, when I called out Lily that they stopped making unintellectual uploads, and that's the thing, Lily, because let's go back to it, Lily, when it comes to, to me, when it comes to everything, all right, I know that's unintellectual, that's why I don't like talking about, Omar specifically, because it's unintellectual. I know when you're trying to be intellect, it's a K-Cat straight too, but that's why, Lily, they double imply, all right, do you know the whole reason why the lesbian cops don't take it by sexual is because it means they're wrong about the little being, their little bunny and shit? So that's why literally by chance they want to get the five result, they want to change some things. I'm like, man, this is childish as fuck. For a thousandth time, literally, they fucking flip their arm. But I get it. Because wonder why the me, literally, from the Call of Duty is progressing. And they're literally still on cringe. Literally, what fueled was cringe. You know what's funny about this Bible? We throughout the whole movie, Uncle Stabby, literally, what fueled them the whole time was cringe, alright? And what happened back then in a real fight, he backed down. So you need to understand, okay? I have nothing against everybody. Of course I'm scared shitless, but the whole thing. Let's be real. It was a requirement for a studio, but guess what happened? You made the requirement. You end up getting further virtual reality. It's real fucking shit. All right, literally, this is the real shit I can fucking tell you. But then let society stand still, or to attack me, Ursa inside is bullshit. All that shit is bullshit. Literally, you need to think fucking critically. There's another girl that looks like Ashley, like Olivia, for freshman year, who's really good. And I knew that shit could last forever because I know how gang shit, what gangs do that shit as is that's the best thing of their, game first starting. I like how I view that shit as is, compared to convention shit, like that nigga's still scrawny, alright? Lily, that's Lily, I'm telling you, Lily, only sane responses. Lily, that's the beauty of fucking 31. Lily, now that you at your mother's house, now you have, the protection who will, even though I do want some money from the company, Lily, now you can buy a car. Now everything's fucking smooth, and fucking there was a Mandela effect at school that says that literally fucking be paying today is illegal. And it's okay shit. Yeah, I did use Uncle Larry. Yeah, I did use, Harold. I used every fucking buddy. But that's the same shit everything. Like, okay, another thing, okay. So when I progressed as a new Tuesday together, well, I started watching shit like Zach Storm, everything around that area, 30 thing. What I don't make excuses anymore. I say my mom, one, literally because of the fire. I told you only one by a little bit, right off the bat. Literally when I watch something, I know the inside. I don't count the inside anymore. I don't count the celebrity. I'm like, oh, that was Mandela. Oh, that was from the Mediterranean. Oh, that guy that straight his brother. Oh, he took his shit. That shit started happening at 30 and 31. And so, I adapt, as my mom progresses as the times, but I, actually count, as my mom, actually, because right now, it's a blessing, but, they took all that shit away. I just thought about, there's no good shows, though. I don't give a fuck about fucking business. There's no good shows, on, and what's crazy in Primo TV, even though it doesn't matter, if I saw side by side, the true reality of it, all right, is I could be playing better video games, I could be playing my own video games, by now, literally, and that was also a part of the crime, but it's true, it's really true, fucking, they was bad, and when I did this shit, Universal Studios on the outside, I couldn't fucking warn myself about to do that shit, Lily. And then, I tested them, like, you want to think that Lily, it's the last time I can do whatever I want, beat them with what I said, Lily, okay, count every single day, Lily, where Earth doesn't do a count, and say, Lily, guess where he ends up? And it's stupid. It's completely fucking stupid, Lily, and that's why, Lily, I put emphasis on them tripping out Samurai Jack now, and they say too much female validation, but damn, Lily, I be like, man, Lily, fucking, so, I get it, because I work hard, if I go to the pen, they're gonna reward me, they're not gonna reward an idiot going out of the way, using rubbing, elastic, and sticking it to some bungee gum, motherfucker, I can't take it, yeah, but the Mediterranean was a big thing, but, shit. Fucking, and literally, that was the point thing. What, literally, I'm done with it. Literally, got no fucking butts. Literally, fucking Vanessa already. Get that shit up. Fuck.